Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy New Year, actually, because this is the first video I'm going to do for 2019. So, brand new year, brand new video, that sort of thing. Okay, and this first video of 2019, I'm going to do the vinyl tag video of 2019. My friend Sean encouraged me to do one, so here I am about to do it. A lot of questions on this vinyl tag, so let's just get started with it. Best find of 2018, there was a lot of them, but I'm going to go with Pulse from Pink Floyd. When I got this in the mail after pre-ordering it, I was so excited. I even took a bunch of pictures of it, posted it online. The first listen of this here in the music room was an exciting day. Very happy I got this. It sounds great because it's a remastered audio, but the detail that went into the packaging is so good on this, and definitely was one of my best finds for the collection of last year. So Pulse makes that one. Next question. VC channels who deserve more viewers. Well, that would be my friend Sean's channel, and he goes under the name of SW Studio Productions. Though he has quite a bit of viewers already, or subs I should say. Go to his channel and give him some love. SW Studio Productions shows some really nice records, and he's a really good guy, so he deserves the shout out. Next question. Holes you're looking to fill in the collection. Not many, to be honest with you. There, maybe Queen. I need their second album. I like to find an older pressing of it. I don't want to reissue. Perhaps more Marillion albums. My Marillion collection is not complete, even though I have a bunch of their records. That's all I could think of at the top of my head. Yeah, I guess that's about it, really. Those are the ones I'm looking to fill. But, you know, I just go out there with no expectations when I dig and hopefully be surprised by something I never expected to find. That's usually my strategy. All right, next question. Cheap album that's good. Well, I think, besides Free, this is the cheapest album I ever bought at 50 cents. And it was a live album from Supertramp. It was the cheapest, like I said. Like I bought it for 50 cents. And it has a lot of the songs I like from them. And it's a cool little album. I mean, I'm sure you can go out and find this in the dollar bin, and if the voices don't get on your nerves, this is actually a pretty fun album to have. It's a double album, and pretty much had all their big hits from FM radio, so definitely one of my favorites. Alright, favorite side project album. Okay, now my friend Sean, in his video, he showed Arcadia, which is a side project from Duran Duran. And that's a great album too. I have Arcadia's album, So Red the Rose, on vinyl. It's a really good album, but I still say Power Station's better. Definitely better. Power Station won the contest on Best Duran Duran Side Project Band. This is a great album. I absolutely love this album. I love every song on this album. The weakest song on the album is the very last one, Still in Your Heat. I mean, Still in Your Heart, sorry. Still in Your Heart. And even that song is good. But it's the weakest one on the album, and even that one's pretty good. And Sean, I think you mentioned you don't have a copy of it. I have an extra if you would like me to send it to you. Just let me know, and it's yours. Alright, so that takes care of that one. Song that's uncharacteristic for an artist or band. I'm going to go with Rush, Roll the Bones. The song itself is not very uncharacteristic, but there is a certain part in it, the middle, which is a rap. The bridge section is a rap. It's a rap. They go to rap music and rap vocals, which is very uncharacteristic of Rush, being a hard rock, progressive rock band. Suddenly there's rap in Rush. The song Roll the Bones, it sounds like your typical Rush song from the early 80s, 90s. But when that rap section came in, I had to admit it threw me way off, and I didn't like it. I thought it sucked because I was just back then I was just really anti-rap. Still kind of am. And I especially coming from Rush, I just did not want to accept it. It grew on me as as time went by. And what I mean by grew on me is like it's stomach it. I can't really say I like it still, but I can listen to it. That's about as far as I go with that. But it was very uncharacteristic of Rush to put any kind of rap vocals in their music, and this song Roll the Bones had it, but I learned to live with it. Let's just put it that way. Last album last album you purchased. Oh, that would be this one. The last album I purchased, not really an album, it's a box set. It was the Marillion Clutching at Straws box set. So awesome. Still spinning the heck out of it because I love the live concert albums from this collection. Sounds so good, and the remaster is fantastic, but I really love the live material on this album box set. So, and it was expensive. It was the last expensive album I bought too. Can actually go down that way. Okay, great album with a bad cover. From Genesis, it's self-titled. Some people call it the Mama album. Some people call it Shapes because of this. Even the band Genesis themselves in interviews says this was a very bad cover. They said they left it up to a production company to come up with a cover. They gave them a choice of photos. All the photos weren't good, but this is the one that sucked the very least, and they went with this. And they say they don't really think it's a very good cover, and it's not. It sucks. But the album itself, I think, is good. Though some Genesis fans think this album is crap, too. I think it's a good album. It has Mama, it has Home by the Sea. It's going to get better. Taking It All Too Hard is good. Just a Job to Do is good. I like Silver Rainbow. The two least favorite tracks are That's All and Illegal Alien, but other than that, I think it's a really good album. And it's Home by the Sea and Mama that, to me, that makes this album great. But the cover, so that definitely answers that question. And a great album with a bad cover, or a bad album with a cool cover. I mean, I honestly can't think of one, especially in this collection. I can't really think of one that has a cool cover, but it's a shit album. I think if it's a shit album, I don't care what the cover looks like. So I have to skip that question because I just, off the top of my head, I couldn't think of one. A blues album. And when it comes to the blues, I'll always go with Stevie Ray Vaughan. The guy was such a great guitarist. And this album here, Couldn't Stand the Weather. I love this album. I might spin this tonight after I'm done filming this video. No one plays like Stevie Ray Vaughan. He was just, the guy was a force. He was a force. Love him, love him. Love the music. Alright, earworm album, or earworm song, something that gets stuck in your head and you can't get it out. Lately it's been Computer Blue from Prince and the Revolution. Last year I saw the Revolution in concert in San Francisco. They opened with Computer Blue, and that song has been stuck in my head, which seems like ever since. Every time I'm in the mood for Prince, the first song I go to is Computer Blue, and then I just go on a rabbit hole of all his albums and songs and singles. So definitely answers that question. Next one, historically important artist. Well, we'll stick with the same guy, Prince. The guy was a bona fide pop star. But he played so many different instruments, can write so many different types of music, from pop to funk, gospel. I mean, he was the full package. I mean, the guy was just a genius when it came to songwriting, especially with pop music. And I think he's up there with David Bowie and the Beatles and John Lennon and Bob Dylan. I think you could put him in that group easily. So, very historically important artists, Prince, without a doubt. Okay, next one. Album I own because of my parents. I really can't think of one. My dad is not a music fan. He only has one favorite artist, and that's Fats Domino. However, my mom loves music. And back when I was a kid, one of her favorite singers was Linda Ronstadt. I remember she would walk around the house singing a lot of her songs to herself. And as I became a vinyl collector and joined the VC, I did buy a few Linda Ronstadt albums because of memories of my mom. Because that was one of her favorite singers. She had a lot of favorite singers, but that was one, I remember. And she had a couple of her cassettes. So I would later become a vinyl collector and started collecting Linda Ronstadt albums because of my mom. So that's one I can definitely... Good answer for that question. Okay, let's see. The best dollar bin album for me is these two. Because when I listen to one, I have to listen to the other. It's Reckless by Bryan Adams and Into the Fire, Bryan Adams. These were both dollar bin records, bought them each for $1. They are so, the music on these albums I think are so good. And like I said, if I whip this one out, I gotta spin this one too, and vice versa. I always listen to these albums together because they are both so good. And this is when this is the era I really liked Bryan Adams. I don't buy his music anymore, but in the 80s I really liked him. And in the 90s I thought he wrote too many love songs and too many ballads, and I kind of lost interest in him. But in the 80s, oh, he can bring the pop music. Excuse me. And he was good, so love those dollar bin records. Absolutely love them. Next up, my favorite... Excuse me, got something cut in my throat. My favorite... double album, and no surprise here. Seconds Out, Genesis, to me is the best double album of all time. My favorite live album too, of everything I have in my collection. I absolutely love this album. Every song is a winner on here. Sounds great on my stereo, so I love it. Seconds Out. Don't even have to think about that one. Album I discovered or learned about from the VC. You know, I can't really think of one. I really can't. When I go out and buy records, I don't sit there and remember what I saw on someone's video. I don't know why. I'm sure I have in the past, but late last couple of years or so, I haven't. I mean, when I go digging, like I said, I just want to be surprised. I don't go with a shopping list or anything. I just... surprise me is what is my attitude, and so no, I can't answer that question because I can't think of one album in the last couple of years I bought because I saw someone show in the VC. I'm sure there is one, but I just can't think of it. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Now show a 10-inch record. I want to go to Rush because I like this one. It's Rush. The single is The Body Electric. It is a very rare, limited edition 10-inch record that's on red vinyl. As you can see. Love this. And it's very hard to find in stores. I found this in a store. I'm sure you can find it, shopping online. But The Body Electric was the single. I love that song. Plus, on the B-side, we have The Analog Kid and Distant Early Warning. Very cool 10-inch record. It's on the Vertigo label. Love it. Absolutely love it. And now, show a 7-inch record. And this is one I don't get to show all that often. It's from Van Halen, or I should say Van Hagar, for the song Don't Tell Me. The album was Balanced. This is a UK pressing, very rare, limited edition. And it's on purple vinyl. So there we are, from Van Halen, Don't Tell Me. Very big find for me, being a big Hagar fan. I don't want to cause a debate on here or anything, but I prefer Van Hagar over the David Lee Roth era. Don't get me wrong, the David Lee those albums they did with Roth were classics, and I love them, and I have them in my collection. I love spinning them, but if I had to give a choice, I would still take Van Hagar, because I think Hagar's a better singer. They're a better band with Hagar in it. And David Lee Roth gets on my fucking nerves, so there we go. All right, let's move on. Let's see, album I fall asleep to. I don't really listen to music to knock out, though if I listen to music coming home right after work and I put it on and I happen to lie down, I'll be asleep by the second track. It doesn't matter what album it is. But I don't listen to any records to fall asleep. If anything, they'll hype me up. But if I listen to it after work while lying down, any album will put me out. So experience says. Okay, and favorite VC experience? It's just meeting people from the VC in person is always my favorite experience. I've met Lazarus, the teacher, and a few others. I haven't met a lot of people from the VC, but I've met about 5 or 6 of you, and that's always a cool thing. A few times I've been in record stores alone, digging. Then someone will come up to me and say, "Hey, aren't you King's drummer? I watch you on YouTube." And I'm like, "Yeah." It kind of, I didn't realize I was that popular. But anyway, I'll have to put that. Just meeting VC folks in person is always my favorite experience. All right, that's it. That is the vinyl tag for this year. And hope everybody has a happy new year. And hope the year brings some great finds. It's going to be a good year for collecting, I believe, because I got 2 pre-orders out that will be coming up in the next few months. So I'm excited. All right. Take care, folks. See you next one.